Good morning. It's Monday, June 6th. So I've talked in the past about how I quote-unquote measure my clay when I'm making pots. The clay I buy comes in 25-pound bags, and so I've found it easiest over the years to just cut them into equal amounts. And then I know more or less that they're the same size, and I know more or less how much pot I'm going to be getting. So in this case, I'm going to do a big bowl with 1/4 of a bag of clay. So either a quarter, or I call them fours. It's the same amount of clay I use when I'm making my extra large deep dish pie pans. Now, it's going to be a little misleading because the bags aren't always exactly 25 pounds, and the finished pot doesn't include all the clay you use to make it in the first place. Platters, plates, big bowls, there's a certain amount of clay that's involved just to provide support, and then that clay later gets trimmed away. Also, a certain percentage of the weight of wet clay is the water in it. So in this case, I'm making a bowl that started with 6 pounds of clay roughly, but it won't be a 6-pound bowl, not when it's done. It's going to lose the 30% of weight that was the water. It's going to lose all the weight of the clay that got trimmed away. Now, I don't want to exaggerate how much clay gets trimmed away. It's not like I'm starting with a solid chunk of clay and just trimming away everything that doesn't look like a bowl. But inside the foot ring, there's some clay. Depending on, the wall thickness, there may be some clay that needs to be removed. So forth. The other thing that comes up when you're making, bigger items is that they have to be strong enough, i.e. thick-walled enough, to do the work you want them to do. Particularly a kitchen bowl, that might be the sort of thing you're using to knead bread dough in. Okay, it's got to be strong enough to withstand the forces involved in that. So part of the challenge when you're moving from a smaller standard of bowl to a larger one is to give yourself permission to have thicker walls, have appropriately thicker walls. You'll notice too that I want to have a good solid rim, because I don't want to risk having that rim break off in use or get chipped in use. Okay. The other thing that comes up whenever you're making larger kitchen items is that it can help to know, to be a bit of a foodie yourself, to know how you would use them, but also to be sort of open-minded about the fact that your customers are probably going to use them in ways you hadn't predicted. or not use them at all and just, you know, they'll just be display items. Okay, so I mentioned it before. This comes from my first semester in clay. What you're dealing with here is the interior. You want to make the inside shape good, because the outside shape can be then trimmed to match, but that inside shape, you're sort of stuck with what you've got. There you go. Have a good day.